Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Yes, I've got another unboxing. I've got no excuse really, other than I have been wanting to try this pen for a while. So let's just jump straight into it. All right, so it is a Pilot pen, and I don't know if it says on here, but it is the Custom 823. So just taking the lid off, it's just got a bit of information on how to look after the pen. So it's the 823 Custom. Very excited about this. I've never ever tried one of these before, so this is my first one. So this is the Pilot 823 Custom in the amber color, and I do not have any scissors, so I'll go grab a pair. All right, it also comes with just a black ink from Pilot, but I don't really use black ink, so let me just move this box over to the side. So I got the fine nib, and this is actually very, very gorgeous. I was very unsure about this when I first got into fountain pens, because I was seeing it everywhere and I didn't really understand the hype, but I've done some more research and people say this could be their grail pen. And as you can tell by my YouTube channel, I'm always doing pen unboxings, but I am, you know what, I actually even did like a little Excel sheet to see how much I've spent over the past year. I got my first fountain pen in May last year, so I haven't even been doing this a whole year. And I've got so many pens of like my dream pens, but I'm still going. So it just makes me wonder if I'm ever going to get that grail pen. But I really, really do love the band on here, how it's got like 3 stars. It says Custom 823 Pilot, made in Japan. Like I really actually love that. And the clip here, it's actually really, really sturdy. I don't know if you can see that. That is really sturdy. And from my research, it's good for like, you know, working and like clipping this onto jeans and whatnot. But, you know, I'm not going to be walking around with it in, you know, my jeans. It's going to be in a safe little bag. But yeah, so I got the fine nib. And I really love the color gold of this nib. I think it is very, very beautiful, in the carvings on the nib as well. So I'm very excited to try this, but what we're going to do is we're going to fill it up pretty much straight away. I did also get some ink samples a little while ago, and Diamond Tobacco Sunburst was in one of the ink samples that I purchased, and I fell in love with this ink, and I've used all the samples, so I decided to go ahead and buy the actual bottle. This is such a cute little bottle as well. So I'm going to fill it up with this. I do already have my Platinum Tortoise pen here. This is the Platinum Celluloid Tortoise pen. This is filled up with the Tobacco Sunburst, but I'm literally having a love affair with this ink at the moment. So I thought I'd fill it up with that. Now I'm going to just try and change angles a little bit here. All right, so I hope this is a better angle for you guys to see. So this actually has a little hole here that you have to submerge the pen in. So I'm just going to pull this back. We're going to uncap the ink. And I always wonder if that is mold in there. Like it looks like mold, but I don't know. As long as the ink writes fine, I don't really mind too much, but it kind of freaks me out looking at that. So submerging it completely in. Now I'm actually going to try and get this completely full. Try. All right, so or not full at all. Okay. I am just gonna try this one more time. Oh, there we go. All right, so I know you can withdraw it again and get the air out. So what I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna put this just down underneath, just whilst I try and, I don't know how it's done. I really have no idea how to do this, so I'm just hoping for the best. All right, honestly, there's like a whole heap of bubbles in there now, so I don't want to mess around with it too much. So hopefully that's not bad that there's bubbles in it, but that is pretty full. So that is going to take me a while to get through, but I'm very, very, very excited to try this pen. I just see people rave about it online, and you know, it's brown. Totally one of my favorite colors, and yeah. All right, I'm just trying to clean it up a little bit. All right, I'm going to I've just screwed the end back up just for now. I believe when you screw it up, it stops the ink from accessing the nib, and then when you're writing, you unscrew it. I'm just going to cap this for a second. Cap my ink. Put that away. All right. Now, we're going to pull out my ink swatch book. So this is the new cover that I spoke about last time. Let me just move you guys up again, just slightly. All right, I think you're on a good angle here. I'm just trying to get you guys closer in instead of being like so far away. And we're going to, I'm just going to skip a couple because this is like where I'm putting all of my ink samples. So I'm just going to skip a couple of pages forward. So I've got space, probably don't need that many. So I know you can cap this pen, but I don't like capping my pens. I don't know what it is. I just find pens uncapped is just so much more comfier for me to write. Let me zoom in a little bit. All right, I'm excited for this. Oh my gosh, it is actually so much prettier in real life. Why doesn't anyone tell you when you first start? Like, I was so judgmental on this pen because I just saw it everywhere. I thought it was just like, you know, people just like buying it because everyone else had it. That's kind of what I did. I can't say anything to that, but I didn't see the hype on it. And then I watched a couple of videos and people explaining it, and yeah, okay, let's give it a shot. All right. I love the line width for the nib. So this is the fine. Let's do some. It is very smooth. This is a very smooth pen. Holy moly. It is gliding over the paper. Doesn't really like to go from right to left, but that's okay. It's not going to be that often that I do that. All right. This is a nice pen. This is a very nice pen. Let's see. Let's try that again. I think this might be like a medium to dry ink, like, which is what I like. I don't like too wet of inks because when I'm writing in my Pocket Plus notebook, it's probably about this big and I'm finished the page pretty quickly. So then when I flip over, I don't like the ink taking too long to dry. So I actually really like this mixture, but I think it's going to take, you know, a couple more days for me to really get the hang of this pen and, you know, really fall in love with it. I already do really like it, but I want to kind of play around with it for a couple more days, and then I'll probably add to the end of this video. But on first review, this is a gorgeous pen. It is very smooth. I love the aesthetic of it. It is gorgeous. The color, totally obsessed with. I probably wouldn't buy the black one. If it came out in like another like neutral color, I would probably buy that, but I think one of these pens is enough. This ink here, how much ink this holds is absolutely wild. So I think I might take this to the UK with me next month because it's apparently really good for travel as well. You just screw this up and there's less chance of it exploding because of the air pressure in the airplanes and whatnot. But I really like this pen so far. So I'm excited to keep using this. And unsure if it's going to be my Grail pen, but we will see. At the moment, my Grail pens are my Platinums, to be quite honest. Like, these two are my absolute faves. Well, actually, all of the Platinums are my favorites. There's just something about the Platinum that has completely got my heart. I love the size of it. I love the celluloid ones. So these three are celluloid, and this one's just a resin barrel. But there's just something about the size, the quality of these. They just feel so expensive. They're not too big. They're not too small. They fit perfectly in my hand when it's not capped. These are currently my Grail pens. Like, any Platinum with a fine nib, Grail pen, 100%. But we shall see if this one catches up. I do love Sailor as well, but I find that some of them, I feel like the twines are unaligned and like scratchiness and whatnot. So I haven't yet found the perfect Sailor, if that makes sense. Like, each Sailor I've gotten, there's something wrong with it. Each Platinum I've gotten, nothing wrong with it. Like, every single one has written perfectly out of the box. So I do still love my Sailors. But I think the nib on the Platinum is what I prefer, like 100%. But I love the color variations of the Sailor. But we shall see how this one holds up. I did re-ink my Pelikan M200 Cafe Cream, but this one was writing terribly out of the box. This one had so much scratchiness. It wasn't feedback, it was actually ripping the paper particles off the page. But I got a little bit of the micro mesh and just did a couple little swells on that, and that seemed to have, you know, smoothed it out a little bit. But not my favorite nib. Really not my favorite nib. So back to the Platinums I went. Still my favorite, but I have inked this up, so I'm gonna use the ink. But yeah, so I'm excited to see how this one goes. So let me just show you this one more time. So it's very smooth. I really like it. Not too wet, combined with the Diamond Tobacco Sunburst ink. So I'm excited to try it. But yeah, so that is my unboxing. I'm very smooth. She is a gorgeous pen in real life. The photos don't do it justice whatsoever. I love how much ink capacity that it holds. I love that it's a piston fill. I love that you can like screw the ends for travel and it's safer, so no the ink leakage on the plane or possible explosions on the plane. So I think this is definitely going to be one that I take, and I'll probably take one of my Platinums as well to the UK, and maybe a Sailor. But I've yet to decide which ones I want to take, because I only want to take 3. I don't want to take more than 3. I'm going for 2 weeks. I'm just going to go to see my pops because, you know, he's getting old and I've got the availability to do that. So I think this is 100% going to be one of the first pens I choose for travels, but I'm excited to try out. So yeah, I'm really happy with the pen. She's gorgeous, and the nib isn't too big. Love it. Feels really comfortable in the hands. Love the color of it. Absolutely obsessed with the color. But yeah, for now I'm gonna leave it here, but I'll see you guys very soon.